That wind is getting worse. Every time I use it, it's getting worse. Anyway. I'm hearing something. I'm hearing a sound in the background that actually might... It's different sounding. Interesting. That guy right there is actually looking to be for part-time work at the postman, which if you complete the game as it is, you do get pieces of heart for it. If you so choose. We ain't going after that, though. If you have not seen it by this point, or any of that sort, that a certain Ritu had a particular harp on her, and now and she's now actively trying to play it. Go this way. Because we're finally going to go into our one of two dungeons. Hey, Melody! Hey, Melody! Huh? Oh, my boy, you're okay. You know, Prince Kamui has been asking me all about your adventures, my boy. I can rest easy now. I've seen you safe and sound with my own eyes. Prince Kamui has turned into a fine young adult, hasn't he? Recently, he's been beginning all these things on his own without my guidance. Every conversation still ends up centered around you, my boy. Watching Prince Kamui grow up fills me up with pride, but it makes me a little sad as well. I wonder how my mother feels. Oh, but listen to me go on. How weird I must sound. Well, I better get continue practicing so I can be useful around here too. Performing music like this is an important duty of an attendant. Hey, I think I got a chord for you that might work out, Melody. Hey, is that a Windwaker? Wow! My boy, will you conduct me? I wonder how I'll do. Well, I got a song for you. See if you can play this. Now, yes, Melody is the Sage of the Earth. You'd think that she would be the Sage of the Wind, since she is Ritu, after all. But, you know, that fact that the Zora were part of water and everything, I guess that was essentially bloodlines stay in the air no matter what creature you become. What a mysterious song. It sounds so familiar. Those have forgotten something is trying to be remembered. How I feel. Slow motion for dramatic effect. Huh? Now, the Ratu told us that the sage would awaken the song within her. She would know what song was to be remembered. But she's the one that tells her the song. Which is interesting to boot. Dun, 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 dun. Like this? Dun, 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 dun. Dun, 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 dun. Now it feels like this sage, the Sage of the Earth, was put more time into it. You will see with the Sage of the Wind that the Sage of the Wind doesn't get as much of an effect of being awakened. But Melody has seen the Triforce. She now knows what she needs to do. Restore the reborn Master Sword. Back to the present. Just now a sage spoke to me. She spoke so gently. There's something I must do. My boy, thanks to you, I've been awakened to the knowledge that I'm a sage of the Earth Temple. There's actually something I can do to help this world. It's incredible. Hey, don't feel bad. You were useful in your own way. I bet my teacher knew all about this. My boy, please, you must take me to the Earth Temple. You must hurry and make the power to repel evil that sleeps within the Master Sword. And there's like this is set up here where you know, Melody and Prince Kamoli have like a thing of some kind, but she doesn't want to tell him about it. Like, why not? Even though they eventually, you know, meet up at the end of the game, spoilers, but now Kamoli will actually stand here for like the rest of the game, wondering where Melody went, and he did bring her a flower, but the flower will wither over time, which is real sad in that case. But now we have Melody with us in our boat. Let's warp to the Earth Temple and complete this task at hand. To Aslet, let's go! Huzzah! Wind power, away! Huzzah! As we go to the Earth Temple now. Earth Temple? Now we've seen it in previous playthroughs of mine of the Zelda franchise that it's gone from lava to mostly like a forest type setting. Not really much of it has changed with this one, except this one has a very awkward setup, as it were. These dungeons, well, the theme of the dungeon is very odd. We'll see it when we come up in here, but it's a shadow temple type area. I know it's probably because it was cursed or something of that sort, but it doesn't really make sense in that regard. The fact that it's cursed, or at least looking more like the Shadow Temple in that regard. Melody, listen well to what I have about to tell you. The temple ahead is the nest of an evil creature, the same creature that stole the life of your predecessor, the sage. It is a dark and frightening place. It is why, if you nothing else, at least do this. If my boy comes near you and presses the R to call you, then be silent and follow him closely behind him. And if my boy presses A, allow him to lift you, and if need be, fly him and carry him through the air. And my boy, yes sir, if Melody gets stuck and cannot continue to the temple, use the Windwaker to conduct the song you learned in the Tower of the Gods. Do you really understand? Yes. My boy, protect Melody, and Melody, protect my boy. The power to repel evil shall surely be returned to the Master Sword. Let's go. We had a hint of this in the Tower of the Gods that we had to use the command melody to continue on in the dungeon. Now we have this concept for the next two dungeons. Yeah, the next two dungeons we have to do this concept. It's a little interesting to boot. Because now we have to take the sage. Not only that we know that the sage is awakened, but now we have to take her through the temple and get her to the ground so we can actually get her to do the prayer. I like the concept of a mission of a temple like this, but Melody is very underutilized. That in the next stage we're going to meet up next session though. But here we are at long last. The Temple of the Earth. Dun, 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 dun. And I have to say right now, Melody, of the two sages, Melody I think has the most usefulness of her abilities. She is Ritu after all, so she can allow us to help us fly. Well, selectively. It's like a very long, you know, auto jump, to be fair. Oh, no, no, no. Unlike in Four Swords, where there was an escort mission and those missions there too, Melody does not have a health meter. In fact, it's mostly often not that the... Ow. You hit me. Well, I'll hit you back with my boomerang. You get out of here, you moblins. Ow. Take that, Ryu. I'll take your items from you and use that. Ha ha ha. Thanks to the Master Sword, is slightly more powerful, so you can actually take the moblins down pretty easily, not gonna lie. But like we saw with the Cabana, with the Redeads, we can now basically, Come on, Melody. Let's go, Melody. I gotta take care of you. You! Melody will say wait or something like that if she can't continue along with you if you're calling for Link to call you around, so bear that in mind. Go this way. Melody, it's time for us to fly. Oh, wait. Well, my boy, I'm not very confident, but I think I should be able to fly. I'll fly wherever you tell me to. Just tap A to keep me airborne. Okay, whenever you're ready, choose the Windwaker to guide me. I'm gonna put you down here. I want this chest. I want the treasure magnet here. The jewel. Give me the money. There we are. Sweet. Alright, Melody, let's go. Fly to distance. Oh no! 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 Melody, stop! Okay. We didn't fly very far. We kind of did a dumb goof. I need to fly because again, this acts like a really long, long auto jump. So you have to be in the right position. Yes, I tried, but I kind of failed at flying earlier. We're gonna try this again, Melody. Hiya! All right, Link or my boy can jump on here. No, Melody, Melody. My boy goes there. I go here. Now I do the command Melody. Now in the original Wind Waker, you had to see this little small cutscene each time. But thanks to the update, HD remaster, you can now actually don't have to see that extra extended cutscene each time anymore. Actually making these next two dungeons very easy to get around. Let's jump this way. Melody, get down there. Alright, we're back. Alright, Melody, let's go. Again, this is sort of this temple acts more like a shadow temple. Because now we got light puzzles to deal with. Nope. That's it. That's it. Take care of you. Choo-choos can be defeated with the hammer, which is actually mostly preferred, I would say. Because the green choo-choos, they can go hide. But you can actually smash those things with the hammer and cause them to die. But we get an introduction of a new choo-choo. These are dark choo-choos here. Dark choo-choos are immune to sword attacks, unless you coat them in light. Like such. There we go. Go back. While they're in stone form, you can use them with weight, or destroy them with Link's power of the hammer, or just basically chuck the things out and about. But I do like that these choo-choo jellies can die from the hammer. It makes it really nice, to be honest. Hiya! Break that open. Now we can get our access to our green chest, or green jar. Boom ba da da da. Melody, I need that chest activated. Some chests are going to be hidden within the light. And now you have to basically unlock them by basically putting light on them if you need to. This, I would say, of the two temples, okay, the Earth Temple isn't that bad, but there is a room right at the end of the dungeon which takes a long time to set up, and it just gets annoying after a while. Thankfully that there's warp jars here, which actually really makes it really nice. But not only that, we have this whole place just looks like a shadow temple remastered in that regard. Because there's a lot of this fog. This fog is a little bit of awkward. This fog is it basically prevents Link from basically using any items, even including the sword. You have to watch out for that. It's very annoying, especially when Melody gets captured. And yes, indeed, Melody can indeed get captured. But she will be placed in a spot in the dungeon where you can easily get back to her eventually. Bubbles make their return from the Tower of the Gods. Not only do we see their red variants, but we also will see their cursed variants, the blue flames. Those ones are a bit of annoying to get around to. Now I have to worry about some things here. Wait, I need to move the box first, because I need to get Melody into the light, and the light is not shown here Pull this back. Thanks to our golden gauntlets, our little power rings we got, we can now pull these big old blocks everywhere. It's not clearly stated that we've basically pulled these things before in the Hyrule Castle, but still, I guess they're trying to make some of the new instances of the power bracelets being at least somewhat useful. But right there, Melody can only activate her little harp ability when she's standing in a stand of light. As again, her harp can basically reflect light, which basically will harm any enemy in the game in this area, which is always pretty nice. Oh no! Oh yes, introduction of these cursed things. Wall/floor mashers make their debut in this dungeon, and they can be a little bit annoying. Because like that, no, let go of Melody, you cursed hand! Yeah, just like that. They can grab Melody even if you're hanging on to her. Yeah, and they're gonna and they're like, well, we introduced you to them, now you're gonna see a lot more of them. Oh, this dungeon. This dungeon loves to show this off everywhere. Oh no, Melody! No, Melody, I didn't want you to go that way. Melody, Melody, Melody. Why can't I not pick you up? Hada! I'll kill these rest of these things here. Yeah. There we go. Melody, get up here. I want you to pick you up. I want to make you fly up there. Come on, fly up there. Ugh, okay, fine. There, you're out of danger now. Booyah. We need to activate our fire arrows here. Fight some light into the distance. And let's goat these little dark chews into the light. That way we can pawn and basically make them be paused. We need to have these switches down. Drop. Come on, go in the light. Booyah! Didn't think about that, did ya? Put this right here. I said on the switch. Come on, get on the switch. The dark chews will not stay dark. Will not. I didn't mean to do that. The dark chews are very sensitive to the touch on that one. There's gotta be. You are not falling out, are you? You do not want to be on this switch for some reason. Why don't you want to be on the switch? Very picky, this one is. Melody, I need you to move, unfortunately. If I have to reset the room, I don't want to have to reset the room, but I might have to if that's the case. Because the dark chews are gone. Because I actually threw one. Don't worry, Melody, I'll be right back. Don't move. Don't worry, Melody will stay in the room that she stays in. Don't worry about that. Alright. Round 2. Here we go. Come on, you. I want you guys to be on the switch. And you guys should not fall off said switch. There we go. I'm not having horrible luck now in this place. I don't like this dungeon very much. Up this way, up this way, up this way. Ooh. You put that down and open up the door. Haha. Alright, here we go. Get Melody out of the way. Ta-da! If Melody does get hit by any enemy, it will cancel out the command. Bear that in mind. So that's all. That's not a very useful tactic, but it gets annoying from time to time, especially when the enemies just like that. I did not expect that to be there. Arrows. Well, that's going to be very useful as we push this block into this position here. That opens up a pathway of light to enter our place. Like so. We'll be going into overtime on this session just because this dungeon is big. We want to break these statues. These statues and certain walls and stages have this little symbol on them. Putting them on the symbol for long enough, and the walls will crack, allowing us to reveal stuff. Essentially, the midpoint. Yeah, the midpoint of the dungeon is here. Very awkward placement for it. Because again, it's not that far away from you know, the start of the dungeon thus far, so it's a little weird, to say the least. Pull this block over this way. This allows us to get our compass in this room. Yeah, our compass is in this room, which makes it very nice. Very nice indeed. Coming back this way. Huzzah! Booyah! Now I need to get Melody up there. Melody! Fly up there, will ya? I do wish that at certain points that you could tell Melody to jump and fly up to another place. But they wanted to put that emphasis that you need to command them at all times. Sort of that whole co-op thing. Now, there's something that I would have thought been pretty cool for co-op and everything. And again, originally in the Windwaker on the GameCube, that you can control Tingle. That would allow you to drop bombs on the occasion. But that was not included in this version, no. But what if a concept that you could have a two-player option in the dungeons themselves? That would be an interesting concept. Oh, we have a we'll get that concept a bit later, but for right now we got a new enemy in the game. We got Poes. Poes are annoying. They are ghosts, and you cannot hit them very easily. So we're going to need someone to reveal their solid forms with light. Luckily, Melody is the person in regards to do this. She can place her light anywhere, and basically to reveal these Poes. After a certain number of light goes onto the Poe, they'll be solidified. And leave them right there, and then we can actually Link can actually take them down. Poes do have a little bit of a tendency to be a tricky enemy to take down, because if you do not solidify them in any way, they can possess Link. And once they do, your controls are remixed, essentially reversed in that regard, which can be a little annoying, to be fair, a little slight annoying. But if you get Link into any sort of light, the Poes will instantly disappear. So that's a nice code change there for that. We want to take care of these statues on top here, because at this point, like I said, we saw that earlier in the stream, that we got Miss Joy and her Cabana deed. But you don't really have to go after her deed until after all the dungeons have been done. And Melody, I'm trying to get that. You know what? That's enough. We got that one down. Anyway, come up this way, and we get the treasure chest here. I'm going to go after every treasure chest you can in the dungeon itself. Bear that in mind. There's a joy pendant in there. Melody, can you jump down? Come on, call. Oh. Don't worry, I won't worry about her. She'll stay right there. She'll be just fine. We come in here. We get an introduction of the Redeads. Yep, Redeads are in this room. So get your bombs out and let's have a ball. Can you actually harm the Redeads in this area? There's a key in here in one of these things, but you have to deal with all the Redeads in order to actually... Oh, I actually found the keys right there. Because if you get too close, the Redeads will stun you. No! 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 They hug you! And they bite you! It's creepy! Die! I hate Redeads! And for some reason, if you jump into the key like this, It skips the animation for Link actually pulling up the key. It's so weird. But we need to take down the rest of the Redeads here. I think there's only 3 of them in this room. So I'll take them down. Chuck a bomb at them so they can be looking at it. Let them be stunned and jump at them and have a ball. That probably has money in it, which is 10 rupees, which is very, very nice. Come this way, yep. Got it there. Yo! Stare at that bomb, it's a gift. Explosive feelings of death for you. That's right. After all of them are dead, we can now get out of this room. This room is required, and it had that small key in there. I'm pretty sure with enough glitching and placement to speedrunners, you could probably get that key relatively easy without actually having to serve the Redeads. But again, I don't speedrun games. Commend to those guys who can. Well, we're midway of the dungeon, which that means it's time for our mid-boss! This is the Stalfos. The Stalfos trio, and that's right, there are 3 of these guys in this room. 2 are in the little treasure, in the tombs, and everything else. Now, I'm going to pause it real quick, I'm breaking the tension real quick. Because we can do, there's a multiple different ways you can actually take these guys down. You can basically blow them up with a bomb, and make their bombs blow, or make their bodies explode. And then you can use the little hammer, the skull hammer, and destroy them instantly if you take them in time. Or you just have to knock them with the sword a few times to make their skulls break. So bear that in mind. I recommend going for the bomb and hammer approach, as it is the fastest way to take them down. If we can get this, there we go. Sometimes you can blow themselves. They can destroy themselves in a way of having their tops and their bottoms separated. But again, it's all about. Sometimes that can be weirdly that ever happens. To be honest. All right, we're out here. We got our stuff. I didn't want to do that. My boy, why did you use a hammer on a bomb? I thought that would actually be useful. Sorry, I'm an accidental hero, not the true hero. Ay. Let's get my money, some hearts, some magic. And we get our basically a staple of the Zelda series at this point. This would be its third appearance in the Zelda series. What do we get? The Mirror Shield! You got the Mirror Shield! Its shiny surface reflects beams of light, holds the R to shield, and use R to aim the reflection. So now we can be our own Melody now. Sweet! Isn't that great? That's awesome. With that, we can now do this. Now we have to have our sword out to actually use the shield properly with the reflective ability. So now we can see these sunlight figurines here to open up doors. Let's go find Melody. Melody! I got an item! Let's go!